So for this class today, we are getting to know our fascial system better. The fascia is a fabric that moves all the way through the body, everywhere, from around the skull, every single finger. It's an unbroken piece of fabric through your whole body space. It surrounds the muscles, it surrounds the joints, it surrounds bones, it surrounds the viscera, the internal organs. And what is fascinating is that unless the fabric is sliced and then sewn up again, the fascia is a continuous movement network. It is also part of the nervous system, so it's an enteric network. And the stomach here, in the abdomen, the diastasis recti is caused when the thicker pieces of fascia, because the fascia thickens at the diastasis area, when it overstretches, that's what creates the separation. So today, we'll be working with the fascia. You asked this question last week, Dom. You were like, but I didn't really feel that in my core. It doesn't matter. We're going to be working with integration that just brings an inherent understanding or integration of the fascia, so that when we're working with it, even if it's through the ribs or along the back body, because it's an unbroken fabric, it also brings integration into that core midline as well. So just because you're not necessarily feeling it only in the midline and in the core, it doesn't mean that it's not working. So, so we're going to be doing some fascial, and then we'll be doing slightly stronger exercises as well. Hopefully you have a slippery floor for that. We'll be using a blanket and blocks for those exercises. But we're going to begin as usual on our backs, on the mat, soles of the feet on the ground with knees bent. So please come to the mat for that. Lovely. And as always, just taking a moment to let our psoas muscles relax. These are the muscles that run along either side of the spine on the lower back body. Just relaxing your belly and softening the jaw, and becoming aware of how your body feels today. And if you've been traveling like Muriel, or if you've had a really hectic couple of weeks, just listening into the body for a few moments to assess where you're at and how you feel. Beautiful. Lengthening the breaths, and then understanding and recognizing that the breath is really important when we reintegrate the core, and that if we use our breath incorrectly, it creates a disjointed disharmony through the whole body space, and we're not able to create a cohesive awareness of the body as a whole. And if your breathing is ragged all over the place, you're not going to be connecting correctly to the midline of the body, because you'll be struggling with the breath. So we'll take 5 breaths, inhaling for a count of 5. A long exhale out of soft mouth for a count of 10. Inhaling through the nose for a count of 4 or 5. Long, soft, whispering exhale out of the mouth for a count of 8 to 10. Establishing this breath, continue for a couple more rounds, because we'll be using this breath with our fascial exercises. Taking your final exhale, don't hurry, arrive there slowly. Beautiful. Grip your right knee towards your chest, and just drawing that knee up to the chest. And then slowly lengthen your left leg out. Then take your hands and interlace both hands around your right foot. You can lift your head slightly for this. That's okay. Now remember, we're working into the fascia. Draw the belly down. Keep pulling the belly down. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, resist beginning to straighten the leg and slightly across your body. And all that we're doing is we're feeling into that leg. But when I say resist, what I mean is inhale, lift the head, hold the leg strong, it is bent. Exhale, pull into the foot, push the foot into the hand, and slowly begin to straighten the leg, taking it slightly diagonally across the body. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale out of the mouth, a long, soft exhale as you push into the palms, but pull the foot and slowly begin to straighten the leg across the body. You'll feel a lot of sensation down the side of the body. The ITBs, believe it or not, are related to the psoas, which are related to the belly. So I now want you to feel something. Interlace the hands, hold tight, take a deep inhale. Exhale, hold only with your left hand, keep pulling your right leg across, and then bring your hands to where you normally have a separation and push down at the belly. Notice what's happening. You might not even notice that you're engaging the belly in that way, but you are. Can you feel how the fascia is responding? We're going to do this 6 more times. Relax your head, take a breath in. Exhale, lifting the head, slowly, slowly, slowly pull the leg across and resist the sensation. Inhale, relax. Exhale, long, soft breath out. If you want to feel your belly, feel what it's doing. You will feel the core connecting there, even though you might not be feeling it as a core exercise. Keep the left leg long and strong. Exhale, slowly begin to straighten the right leg. It's across the body and you're resisting the sensation. So you're pulling strongly into that leg and resisting. It's going to be quite achy along the outer rim of the right thigh. Exhale, slowly take it across. And just once more, inhale and exhale, slowly resist. Pull on the foot, but push the foot away and slightly across the body. And relax, hug your knee to your chest. And then set both feet back onto the ground and just take a normal breath. You can place your hands over your belly, really appreciating where it is today. And then we'll take it to the other side. Hug your left knee to your chest. And then lift your head, interlace your hands around your left foot, straighten your right leg. Take a deep breath in, exhale, slowly straighten the leg with resistance across the body towards the right side. Inhale, come on down, you can relax the head, exhale, slowly begin to straighten the leg, resisting the movement. If you want, you can hold your foot with the right palm only, take your hand to your belly where you normally have separation right at the navel, press your fingers there, and exhale, slowly straighten that leg. You'll feel the DR closing around your fingers a little if you do have separation, but you'll also feel those muscles beginning to work. Exhale, press, extend, push down with the fingers and feel. And then come back to the stronger variation, holding the foot with 2 hands. Exhale, slowly take the leg across and stretch it. Inhale as you bring the head down a bit. Exhale, resist the movement, take it across. Lengthen your bottom leg even more, Muriel. So the bottom leg, yeah, get it longer. Beautiful. 2 more of those. Hey, Catherine. Hold tight and slowly straighten the leg with resistance. Make sure that your DR isn't popping, but it's definitely connecting whether you think it is or not. 1 more. Inhale, hold the leg strong. Resist, pull into the foot at the same time, straighten the leg against that resistance slightly across the body. It's going to feel super intense. And then hug your knee to your chest. Welcome, Sapna and Catherine as well. Beautiful. And just take a moment. Nice. We're going to do the same fascial exercise that we did last week because we want to continue to work through the ITB and into the side body to make the connection. So take your right knee over your left, cross it, grip both feet with your hands. Relax your head. Pull the feet away a little bit. Take a deep inhale, pull your belly down. So squeeze the belly down. Exhale, push into the feet and lift your forehead to your knees. Keep pressing away. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, a long breath out of the mouth, belly down. Pressing the feet away, pull strongly into the feet, draw the belly down, be intentional and slow. Just 2 more here. Inhale, relax your head. Exhale, belly down first, chin to chest. Slowly pull the leg away, legs away with resistance. And once more, inhale as you come down. Exhale, belly down, slowly. And relax. Have your knees, then gently bring the feet to the ground and take a breath or two. Normal breath or two. Good. Left leg over the right. Grip the feet, pull them away a little bit. Relax your head. Deep inhale, pull the belly down. Exhale, resist by pushing the feet into the palms, pulling the palms into the feet. Inhale, come down. Exhale, resist. Inhale, come on down. Exhale, resist as you press up and away through the legs. Two more. Inhale, come down. Muriel, you can get even further with the feet. So take them further away from the body. Pull. That's it. Press away. And come on down. Just one more. And exhale. Press away. Squeeze. And come on down. Beautiful. Step both feet onto the ground. You can hug your knees first if that works for you. And then roll onto your side and come onto all fours. So stepping your left foot forward, come up to a square lunge. Push your left foot into the mat and squeeze your right knee towards your left heel as you traction the heel and the knee towards each other. Keep that tension around the hips and that tractioning sensation. So you've got two magnets on your feet and they're pulling towards each other. Good. Now, from here, lengthen up through the spine first, then take your right elbow over your left knee. Make a fist. Take your left palm and press it over the palm. Not on top of the fist, but on the flat top area of the palm between the wrist and the knuckles. Press your left palm. Now, push and resist. Feel that resistance. Squeeze your belly in. Look past your right shoulder first. Inhale. Pull the feet towards each other. Foot and knee towards each other. Exhale. Press down super, super strong with a lot of resistance, without weakness, and look over your shoulder. Inhale. Bring that palm up. Look past your right shoulder. Exhale. Push into your feet and knee. And then press that palm and squeeze the belly and look over your shoulder slowly, pushing the palm down but resisting the pressure. Inhale, look over the right shoulder. Exhale, push into the right palm, resist it, resist it, resist it. It comes down slowly as you look over the shoulder. Do that 2 more times. These are really important for the cross resistance training so that we connect the horizontal tissues of the body, this abdominal. The tissues start to come towards each other in that connection as we take the twist as well. Relax. Relax your shoulders. It can be quite intense on the shoulders. That's okay. Remember, we're working fascia as well. You don't have to feel it completely in the belly, but the fascial connections are being made. Come onto your knees and step your right foot forward. Now squeeze the heel and knee towards each other. This trains where you need to go with it trains the muscles. And then from here, left elbow over the right knee, make a fist. Press your right palm on top of the fist. And then inhale, look past the left shoulder. Exhale, resist the right palm down. Squeeze the belly in and look over. Resist the left palm down, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, legs strong, squeeze into the midline. Exhale, push down with resistance. You can exhale out of the mouth, long and slow if you want. It's super, super tough on the legs. Inhale, it's a gaze over your left shoulder. Exhale, press down firmly, resist, resist, resist as you slowly look over. Every movement is intentional. The inhale takes the gaze softly over your left shoulder. The exhale, you're pressing the left fist down, resisting the press as you look over the right. Remember, as you twist into your core, the fascial tissues are communicating, and this is what you need. You need integration of the fascia through the whole hips into the belly area as well. Sometimes the fascia has loosened around the hips too. And just one more of those. Exhaling, press down, feel the resistance, feel what's happening in through the midline of the body as well. And then you can relax, just softening the lips. Beautiful. We're going to increase the intensity of this now. So I'm just going to come a little bit closer. So from here, you're going to be kneeling just like this. Now have your knees exactly beneath the hips. So a little gap, a fist gap between the thighs. Fist gap between the thighs, that's important. Good. Then from here, place your thumb at the top of your pubic bone and your fingers at your belly button. And now I want you to bring your thumb and your fingers closer together. So if you were here and the butt is sticking back, squeeze the top of the pubic bone and the belly button towards each other. Keep that. So you're shortening the space between the belly button, you're shortening the space between the lower ribs and the hips. Keep that integration. You'll be able to feel, just by poking here at the groin, how you've integrated. If you slop your belly forward again, so just do this, like sometimes a DR is usually the belly flopping forward like that. Now, squeeze the pubic bone and belly button towards each other and then push your fingers into this area here. There should be resistance, then you know that you're doing it right. This little at the top of the pubic bone. Good. Keep that. Take your left palm, face it away from you. Grip your fingers around your left, curl your right fingers around your left. Keep your fingers just below your chin continuously and your elbows level with your shoulders. This is important. Now, the resistance is this. If you feel that you tend to flop out in the inner thighs, you can always take a block and squeeze it between the thighs, and that can be helpful. The setup is important, please. Pull the palms away from each other. Keep pulling the pubic bone towards the belly button. Take a deep inhale. Now, exhale, chin down, chin to chest, pulse back. Pull the palms, pull into the hands. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, pull the fingers like crazy as though you're trying to pull them apart, and then go back slowly. Keep chin towards chest. Inhale, come to center. Now this time, exhale, pubic bone lifts up, go back, and then twist to the left. Slowly, resist, pull the palms and twist slowly to the left as far as you can. Still leaning back a bit more, Muriel, chin to chest. And then come to, yes, come to center. So now neutral. Feel the sensation of pulling the palms. Exhale, lean back, Muriel, but too far back. Pull your pubic bone up. Lean back. Twist to the left, still to the left. We do 3 pulses to the left. Pull into the fingers and then come back to center. So Muriel, what I'd like you to do, I'm just going to give you a shape so that you can see Dom, Safna, and Catherine do that another 2 times. Muriel, you're tending to protect your belly by lifting your chest forward and only pushing your butt back. I would like you to pull the pubic bone up and lean back like this, not like that, like this. Yes, now twist. It's going to be harder, it's going to feel intense, and now twist. That's better, Muriel. Your quads are working like crazy, but that's okay. You got it, Muriel. That's better. Like that. Catherine and Dom, you've done enough. You can sit down on your heels. Safna can't see you, so I'm just guessing you're following along. Muriel, do one more like that. Pull the belly in. I can see it. You see, I can see your belly working now, whereas before you were not integrating through the deep core muscles. Beautiful. And then sit down on your heels. Nicely done. Easy, right? Okay, let's take it to the other side. So, we're going to do the same again, but this time you're going to press your right palm out, grip your fingers, and bring the hands just above the heart, hit the throat, the notch in the throat, that sort of area. Keep the elbows level with the shoulders. Now, remember, Mayoral, I can already see your butt is out, your belly is forward. What are you going to do? You're going to zip up. Pubic bone to belly button. Pull up. And then, from here, pulse back. Chin stays to chest. Go back, go back. Pull into the palms, pull. Why do you want to pull? Because that engages the fascia. If you don't pull into the hands, you're not engaging fascia. Fascia needs to be engaged with the muscles. Come forward, neutral. Then squeeze the belly up and in, pubic bone, belly button comes closer together. Pull the palms like crazy, as though you're trying to pull them apart, and then go back. Squeeze the block if you're using a block. Keep pulling the hands as though you're trying to pull them apart. This engages the fascia. Then come back to center. Linea alba, the diastasis recti, it is fascia that's overstretched. Remember that. And engage, zip up, go back. This time, once you've leaned back, pull into your hands like crazy and twist to the right. Keep your chin slightly down. Don't lift the chin. Twist to the right. That looks amazing, Muriel. Looks good, Dom. Nice, Catherine. Come back to center. Inhale. On your exhale, engage. Belly back, Muriel. That's better. Dom, it's looking good. Pulse back. Looks amazing, Catherine. Keep the chin down. Twist to the right. Twist. Pull the hands like crazy. And then come back to center. Whew, I know the quads are super, super sore. If you can do 2, do 2. If you can do 4, do 4. And I don't mind. 2 is good. 4 is good. It doesn't, it's how you do it that matters. It's not how many, it's how you do it. If you're doing it right, it's going to feel exhausting and sore. And come down. Nicely done. Good. Right. Now that we've engaged fascia, I wanted you to feel that engagement first, because the next place that we're going, if you disengage into the fascial tissues, you're going to be in trouble. But this is a really, really great exercise to do. Flip your mat over, and you bring your knees to your mat. Then from here, you're going to take your blanket and undo it. And then bring your hands to the blanket. Pick your feet up and cross your ankles. Work your palms away a little bit, and then this is sticky out butt, sagging belly. So what are we going to do? Pull your pubic bone towards your belly button and square up a bit. Yes? Good. And then slide your blanket away. Slide the blanket away, slide the blanket away, slide the blanket away, slide, and then come onto the forearms. Sliding the blanket as far as you can. Keep the belly strong. Pull the forearms back. Straighten the arms. Slide the blanket away a little bit. Zip up. Pubic bone to belly button. You're on an inclined plane. So from my knees to my hips to my shoulders, I'm on a level inclined plane. There's nothing sticking out and back. Inclined. Look forward. Push strongly into the ground. Push your palms away. Push away, push away. Keep pulling the belly in. Push away, push away, push away. When you feel like you're going to collapse, gently bring your forearms down to the ground. And then squeeze the belly in and pull the forearms back, bringing them back to your starting point. Straighten your arms. Push the arms forward a little bit. Iron out your body. It's like an ironing board tilted. Look ahead of you. Push the palms away really, really slowly. Push away slowly, slowly, slowly. Keep pulling the belly up. When you feel like you're going to collapse, gently bring your forearms to the ground. Slide your palms back, squeeze your belly in, pull back. Straighten your arms. Only one more. You can do this. Slide the palms forward a little bit. Iron out the body. Knees, hips to shoulders. Squeeze the belly in. Look past your thumbs. Hold. Slowly slide your hands away. Slide, 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 slide. When you feel like, oh my God, I can't go any further, bring the forearms down to the ground. And then squeeze the belly up and pull the forearms back. And this time, come to sit on your heels and just take a moment. So you may have been feeling that in your shoulders. However, tomorrow, when you wake up, you're going to go, oh, ow, what was that? What's happening? We engage the fascia, and with the fascia, we engage the muscle. If you engage the muscles without the fascia, only half the work is done. When you engage the muscles with the fascial tissues, and fascia needs muscular engagement in order to engage and stretch and move and reconnect, then you know that you're on the right path. Okay, if you have 2 blocks, you're now going to move around your mat. Let me just, I'm going to flip my mat one more time. Actually, I'm not going to use the blocks because not everybody has blocks. And then take your blanket and now fold it so that it's got quite a bit of padding underneath the knees. Then bring your knees onto the blanket and you can fold your mat up as much as you wish. I've folded it all the way into there and I'm going to bring my forearms down to the mat. Interlace your hands. Pick your feet up, cross your ankles. And then first of all, take the knees back, shoulders over the elbows, and squeeze the belly up and in. Squeeze the inner thighs and push your feet together as though you're resisting the inner edges of the feet together. This engages fascia. Disengage and notice what it feels like. Now, push the outer edges of your feet together where they cross, pull the belly up, and now push away, push away, push away, push away until you feel like you're going to collapse, and then pull your body forward. Squeeze the feet together, squeeze, engage, push away, push away, push away, up, shoulders go back. When you feel like you're going to fall, pull yourself forward. Pull the knees forward. Do you have a slippery floor, Muriel? Is that slippery? Yeah, do it on there. So you can't do it on a carpet. It needs to be on a slippery floor. Are you on a carpet, Catherine? It doesn't work on a carpet. Oh, I see that you're using your knees. You're actually slipping on the knees. Okay. That's better, Muriel. But Muriel, I want you to keep your forearms in the same place the whole time. Unroll your mat, one. Yes, keep your forearms on there the whole time. Good, good, good. Now, Muriel, squeeze the outer edges of your feet together where they cross. This area. Push them together. Squeeze into the forearms. Now slowly move your body back. Slowly, slowly. You could use the forearms, it's fine, but I would prefer the knees. Maybe the blanket's too thick, but it's okay. Go back, 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 Muriel, more until your body is almost level with the ground. Push away. Okay, Safna, that looks like a good floor to do this on. Yes, go further, Muriel, further, 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 further. Stop. Push your feet together like crazy, Muriel. Pull the belly up and in, and pull your elbows and knees towards each other. Go on, pull, pull. You're gonna collapse. You collapsed. Safna, get your feet wound around each other and push like crazy. And then push the knees away. Yes, Muriel, you got it. Dom, it looks like you're doing great with this one. You're going to be sore tomorrow because you've done lots of them. Yeah, Safna, maybe a little bit more underneath the knees or even two of those towels under the knees. Just be careful of your knees, Safna. Muriel, that looks amazing. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And now pull into your forearms like crazy, squeeze up and pull everything together. Fabulous, love it, nice. Catherine, I can see it happening. Not enough slipperiness on the floor. If you go outside onto your veranda and try this later, go for it. Okay. Or on your kitchen floor or wherever. When you've done enough and you're feeling like, whoo, that's quite, then just stop. Don's like, okay, I'm done. So it can feel pretty intense. It can feel pretty intense. Okay, I'm going to skip the next one because I don't think your floor is slippery enough there, Catherine. So I'm going to skip the next one. We'll do it another time because it's not going to work for that floor. The other one is, it reintegrates the core in quite an interesting way because what you do is you put your back on your mat and you use your, oops, sorry, kitty, and you use your body in a bridge foundation and you slide away and you slide forward, trying to keep the hips as high as you can. It's super intense on the hamstrings, but it's pretty good for the core. But we won't do that this time. We'll do it next. Okay, so take your mats and place them back out. Time. Beautiful. Now, if your pubic bone is sore, you can always take your blanket and put it down on the mat so that when you lie down on the mat, it'll help with the pubic bone. Good. Bring your hands next to your ribs. And then strengthen your legs. Now, if you're not sure how to strengthen your legs, clip your heels so that they touch, lift the legs slightly, pull the belly back and in. Don't spill the belly down so it's puffing all the way out. See if you can pull the navel in. And now, keep your chin to your chest and just lift the front body. And then pull into the hands and push the front body down. Relax. Inhale. Exhale, lift the feet, squeeze the belly in. Lift the chest without putting too much pressure in the hands. If you lift the hands, you're here. Then pull into the hands and slowly bring the chest down and lower the legs. Again, we're working into the fascial connections. Inhale, lift the legs, clip the heels together, squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale, slowly lift, pull into the hands and pull the chest forward and down. Just one more. Inhale, lift the legs, slowly lift the chest. Don't put too much pressure on the hands. You can even lift the hands and then pull into the hands, squeeze the chest forward and relax the legs. Take a moment. And now you're going to feel like a wobbly snake. Come onto your right hip or whichever side. Could be left, could be right. Whichever side you can see the camera. And reach your palms forward. Now, from here, you squeeze the legs together, lift the legs, and then slowly see if you can lift your right palm as well. You can keep your hand to your hip and you're trying to get your shoulder just off the ground. It'll feel a bit like a wobbly snake. This is so good for diastasis recti. Lift the legs and then slowly lift your right palm and hold. You can push your hands into your belly and see whether it's connecting. Feel. And you're going to have to try and keep your balance on the hip. You might feel like a wobbly snake. Right palm right off the ground. And relax. Come onto your belly. We're going to do that another time on the side. So those side body connections, you're connecting deeply to your abdominis rectus, but also into the obliques. And the obliques stabilize an unstable core. Let's do that again. Roll onto that hip. Press your hand long on the ground. Ow, don't nip me. Don't nip me, go away. And then from here, take your hand to your hip. Lift your legs first. Squeeze the belly back and in, squeeze it in, and see if you can lift your right hand. You might feel a bit like a wobbly snake, and you'll have to control the legs. And this is where the connection comes from. Trying to keep your body even and the legs lifted, and relax. Relax your head. And then swap sides. 2 times on the other side. So it may feel crazy, but in lifting the legs along the side body plane like that, you're reconnecting the core in quite an interesting way. Straighten up, top arm lengthened. Try and get your body in an even line. One side is always harder than the other. Pick the legs up. Make sure that you can feel the connection of the belly. It's not spilling too much. Even if this belly part is puffy, it doesn't matter. Feel into above, sort of opposite where the uterus is. And then from here, lift the bottom arm and hold. You'll feel wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. And that wobbliness is going to continuously reconnect the core. You can always take your fingertips to the ground for a little cheat. It's looking good, Catherine. How are you feeling there, Dom? Is it popping or is it feeling okay? It's good. Nice mural, you've got it. Come on down, just relax. You can even go onto your belly. So Safna, my advice is to try and keep your feet together. It'll make it harder, but it's good. Okay, because if you, yes, lifting the legs at the same. Maybe you did it and I just saw the end part of it. Let's do that again. Hand to the hip, long, long, strong body, and you're like a wobbly snake rising. Begin to lift the legs together. Lift, 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 and then lift the palm and hold as long as you can. And you'll feel a little bit wobbly. Your body's going to have to constantly readjust to keep you on your hip. And that's what reconnects those core muscles by default. And then come on down. And relax, come onto your belly, into child's pose, whatever works for you. We've just got one more for the 40-minute sessions. And it's sort of integrating and putting it together in a way. So have you got your 2 blocks or books? And you know this one now, which is right palm on the block, left knee on the block. And then left palm on the ground, left knee on the ground. Right knee on the ground. Left knee on the block, right palm on the block. And then from here, scoop the belly in, feel the belly connecting already, chin down, gaze down. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, hover your right knee level with the left, hover your left palm level with the right. Try not to slump the right hip down, squeeze up and in so that your knees are actually level with each other, your toes are not on the ground, they're off the ground. Hold. Slowly straighten your left leg, your right leg, sorry. Hold. Reach your left arm forward, hold. Take your left arm out to the side, take your right leg out to the side, hold. Slowly come back, extend, pause. This slightly unstable surface is good. It helps you to reintegrate by default. You're not having to do anything. Your body's doing it for you. And come on down, relax. One more time on this side. Press up between the shoulder blades slightly, scoop the belly up, take a deep inhale. Exhale, right knee level with the left, look at your knee and see. And then left palm level with the right. It's not dropping just off the ground, it's picking up. So you're squeezing up through the middle. Hold. Right leg, extend it back. Try and get that right leg even, don't dump the belly. Keep pulling it up and in. Reach your left arm forward. Left arm out to the side. Right leg out to the side. Hold. Arm forward, leg back, hold. Pause. Good, Safna. I like the use of the chairs, it works. But get that back leg even stronger, please. Lifting, lengthening. You got it. You've got yourself a challenge there, Safna. And gently come down. And we'll switch. Switching the blocks. Yeah, a little bit sore on the wrists. So knee, change to the other side. Okay, and first of all, hover that left knee level with the right, right palm level with the left. Imagine a line across the shoulders, it's even. Imagine a line across the hips, it's even. Now slowly lengthen out the left leg behind you. Don't put your right big toes on the ground, please. Lengthen out the arm in front of you. Bring your shoulders a bit more level. And now take the right arm out to the side, left leg out to the side. Hold. You've got this, you've got this, you've got this. Your body is doing it for you. And bring it back to center. Extend your arm forward, leg back. Hold, hold, count of 3 breaths. Hold. Keep the belly lifting. Pull up between, inside the hip sockets almost. And gently come down. Feels tricky, but it's a clever way of getting your core muscles to turn on without you actually having to be aware of it. All that you're trying to do is keep your body on an even keel. By continuously trying to bring our body onto an even keel whilst destabilizing it, your core muscles will naturally turn on, which is why it's so important to do that regularly with DR. If you're walking in the park with your kids or you've got other kids, you're just going to hang on a tree branch and swing your body side to side while you hang on a tree branch, you're fixing your DR. Okay, take a deep inhale, and let's do this all over again. Shoulder and hip lifts.
Shasta, when we do this, are we supposed to tuck our tailbones or are we supposed to stay neutral?
Never tuck your tailbone. Never tuck your tailbone. Bring your pubic bone and your belly button together towards each other. The tailbone then lengthens. I really don't like this tucking the tailbone nonsense. It destabilizes the deep pelvic floor muscles. Think about bringing your pubic bone and your belly button closer together. Then it's not about tucking the tailbone. You guys know where you're going. Lengthen the arm, lengthen the leg, hold, nice, Muriel. So Safna, yes, you're not tucking the tailbone, you're pulling your inner core, belly button, and pubic bone towards each other. Take it out to airplane mode, out to the side, leg out to the side. You guys have got this, you're amazing. Stabilize first, Safna, stabilize first. That's good. And then come back to center, take 3 breaths in your center. Excellent. And release. Beautiful. So I'd like you to unmute yourselves if you have any questions about any of those exercises. You know, even just doing 10 minutes a day, picking your exercise. If you're in the sitting room and you grab a couple of books and do exactly that once in a day, you're doing something to stabilize that core again, and it really, really helps. And like I said, anything that destabilizes you and that you're continuously trying to bring your body back into the central channel, you're actually fixing fascial separation.
Shasta?
Yes.
Right at the beginning of the class, you said about the fascia comes down here and it's strongest here, and it's one full, whatever, core thing. And you mentioned something about assuming that it hadn't been cut. If you've had a cesarean section, does that make a difference? And do you need additional reintegration?
You know, it's very interesting because some women do not have any abdominal separation right up until the birth. And then the abdominal separation happens during the cesarean because, yes, the fascia is cut, the belly is then lifted and forced open, and that's when the damage happens. So do you do the same things as somebody who has a bad separation from terrible posture in birth, in pregnancy, and then they've got a separation, they still have a vaginal delivery? Yes, we do the same exercises. However, what I have noticed is that people that have a cesarean have to continuously work at it until it's almost as though the Caesar has really healed well enough. Remember that there'll always be scar tissue and fascial adherence, because here's my fascial tissue. Let's say this black top is fascia, okay? And I have a Caesar, and for some reason, more of the fascia has bunched up here. It's gonna affect me up here because the fascia then does a funny little tuck, and because it's a fabric that continuously goes through the body, sometimes I'm feeling it up here, or I can even feel it in a weird place up in my armpit, and it's always slightly tight in one side. And that's because fascia works like a fabric like this. But when I say that this fascial tissue here is thicker, it's just like any fabric. Sometimes it's thin in places and you can stretch it thin, and other times it's thicker. And the fascia is the same. It's an unbroken fabric, but some areas you have thicker fabric and some areas it's thinner. And what is interesting about a cesarean is that, yes, it's actually, they cut at the very base of the linea alba. And so it depends on how the Caesar is done. Sometimes the linea alba is affected more than other times. It depends. So you just have to work at it slightly differently or with a little bit more intensity. But what I have found is that sense of continuously bringing in your fascia as a whole, it engages everywhere and it heals where you've got scar tissue that's pulling tighter. Engaging the fascia in one place and moving it into a different plane of motion, it stretches out in the places that it needs to, and it heals quicker. Because it's a fabric that's continuously speaking to each other from every part of the body, which is why if you've had a whiplash, you can feel it in your pelvis, even though the whiplash is, the compression is at the base of the skull. You're like, oh, uncomfortable, spine uncomfortable, everything's uncomfortable, until you release that fascia in a fascial release session. Then you're like, oh, that feels better. So yeah.
Thank you.
Muriel, you wanted to say something?
No, all good.
Okay.
I'm very tired after today.
Yeah, it is tough. It is a tough one, and you will maybe feel, it'll be interesting for you tomorrow, because you're going to feel these muscles underneath the ribs here. That's where you're going to feel it, and you're going to feel right at the base, just above the pubic bone. And even though you may not have been feeling that those are the muscles being targeted, it's because we were working with the fascia as well that you're going to be feeling it in those muscles. So it's quite interesting. Oh, those are my daughter's kittens, and I did tell her to take them out because, I don't know, they're very hyperactive right now and they've tipped everything over. Safna.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. It's an interesting question that you ask about tucking the tailbone. It's actually quite an old-fashioned thing within the yoga community to say. Most yoga teachers that have a more modern training will not be telling you to do that. Because people, when they over-tuck the tailbone, tend to then pull in the glutes and over-recruit the glutes and only think about getting that tailbone tucked under. And in actual fact, look at me. Look at me here. I'm tucking my tailbone. I've disengaged my core. Okay, I'm tucking my tailbone, disengaging the core. But when here's me, my normal stance, I've got a little bit of overarch and my belly tends to flop forward. When I pull my pubic bone and my belly button together, I'm not tucking my tailbone. I'm just pulling that together. My tailbone naturally lengthens. I don't even think about my tailbone. Forget about the tailbone. Just bring your pubic bone and your belly button towards each other. The ribs come a little bit closer. And now that integrity is stitched. It's in place. Whereas if I'm not thinking about what's happening here and I tuck my tailbone in, I'm still not figuring out what's going in here. It's like, okay, I must just tuck my tailbone in and then I'm squeezing my glutes like crazy. It doesn't help.
Yes. Thank you.
So rather just keep thinking pubic bone and belly button towards each other. And that brings deep pelvic engagement. Yeah. Catherine, how are you? Good? You worked quite hard today. I could see that you were really becoming aware of the planes of your body, and you were really integrating through the midline. So it was interesting to see. It's like you've got this deep midline integration and awareness, which is really great. So the separation, is it healing? Can you feel the difference?
I can definitely, I don't think I had much separation to start with, which was
Okay.
quite advantageous for me, I would guess. But there is definitely some there a little below my belly button, mostly actually.
Yeah. So then that was, I don't think you had separation in the pregnancy then. I think that would have been from the birth.
Yeah, possibly from the birth. I mean, there is a little bit here. I noticed last week there is a little bit, but it's not, I had to really concentrate to try and find it, but it is there.
Can you feel the spring back of the linea alba now? So when you first feel a separation, it just feels mushy. Now, when you push your fingers in, can you feel that spring back of tissue under the fingers?
Yeah, there definitely is a change, and I am noticing the shift myself. I'm just haven't been doing my homework as much as I should. I think that would definitely help from week to week, because sometimes I find, you know, if you don't do enough during the week, then the jump from last week, say, to this week is quite significant.
Because so each week there is a jump.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I thought I might just do the series again. Just to kind of redo the whole. Yeah, I just think it might, just finally connect the dots before I sort of jump into the next thing, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, the recordings are there. So, you know, that I don't think that there's many other core that you can actually purchase the recordings for 650 Rand and keep doing them. So I think that we've made it really accessible to people. You know, I know that somebody phoned me and said she actually can't believe it because she's just paid 2,000 Rand for a core series and she wasn't given the recordings. It was just a weekly coaching session. And I was like, oh, well, that's quite a lot. And it's a completely different approach. But I think that, you know, I really want to make it accessible to people so that they can continue to do this and actually heal the DRs. And that's the thing, that the series is continuously available. And then it's really about accountability. It's about how much you can actually get to do yourself and accountability. And from there, then you're ready to go back into your normal life, you know. But having 4 children, hell, I know what it's like trying to do things with kids running around. I know, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a learning curve.
It's a huge learning curve, but I also think that I found that when it changed for me was when I set boundaries with my husband. Because he was lackadaisical. He'll pick up, no, but I spent an hour with the kids just now. Yes, but it wasn't on my time. It wasn't when I could put my mat down. It was when I suddenly had to do the supper. Like, you know, let's get with this. This is what I need, and this is when I need you. And I don't care what else is happening. This is when I need you. Finish. And I found that when I started being really firm about that and we got into our rhythm, I was able to actually take, and I would just take 20 minutes, half an hour, that's all I need, you know, but creating that boundary and saying, yes, I understand you spent 2 hours with the kids yesterday, but it wasn't in a time when I could put my mat down. So let's do it this way. But it's a negotiation. Damn it. Everything has to become a negotiation.
The rest of our lives, I think.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. Thanks so much, everybody. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye.